First of all, please click the subscribe button down below so you can get more of my videos. To be fair to Starmer, he has actually come out now saying that there should be a legally enforceable standard for all businesses, including private businesses, regarding the COVID measures in the workplace, so that businesses clearly know that they have to meet this standard in order to reopen. And so it's not just a voluntary agreement, it would be a legally enforceable standard that if they breach the rules they could face prosecution. He has come out, I've seen the interview, saying that he does support that. However, when asked does he believe that if an employee strongly feels like the standards are not being met, can the employee legally refuse to not go to work? And he said he doesn't want to get into that. Well, again, in my opinion, he should have said yes, they should be protected. In other policy areas, Starmer has come out saying he doesn't support a universal basic income. That has strong support for years on the socialist, communist left, and it's becoming more mainstream. There's various countries in the world that have trialled it, some with very successful outcomes that I'll link below. During a pandemic would have been perfect time to get one going in Britain. It would have ensured that no one is left behind. During this pandemic, where, as I've discussed many times, millions are being left behind because the schemes, the complicated schemes that the government have set up, don't catch everyone. Well, a universal basic income would have caught everyone. And unfortunately, Mr. Starmer has confirmed that he doesn't support it. Why doesn't he support it? 170 MPs wrote a letter to Rishi Sunak in March calling for a universal basic income so that no one is left behind and everyone has provision of cash during this pandemic. And yet he's not supporting that. He confirmed in an interview a couple of days ago that he thinks the principal reason Labour lost was Jeremy Corbyn, disapproval of Jeremy Corbyn, without mentioning the elephant in the room, which was that the Brexit position alienated millions of working class voters who are opposed for various reasons to the EU membership. They want sovereignty, they don't want to be controlled by the EU in terms of the law, and they see it as a neoliberal extension of capitalism that has hollowed out the British state, hollowed out our manufacturing base, and makes socialism illegal. And I've mentioned this before, and I'll be producing further videos on why leaving the EU, in my opinion, although it's not an absolute clear-cut 100% definite answer, I believe it was the correct answer to leave the EU for various reasons, from a socialist Lexit position. Starmer, of course, being a strong Remainer. By the way, the majority of British capitalism, the big banks, massive supermarkets, massive manufacturing companies, oil companies, energy companies, telecoms, etc., they were wanting to remain in the EU. They wanted the benefits of the single market and customs union and the protections in the laws of the, if you read the Lisbon Treaty, you'll find out what I'm talking about, that give businesses that play in this economic bloc massive advantages over smaller firms and mean that the ability of democratic parliaments are limited by virtue of being in this rule book, being in this market. So massive capital, they aligned with the people's vote. They supported staying within the EU for capitalist reasons. On this issue, the reason why he's given that Labour lost is either completely delusional or just lying. because we have the evidence that the reason was because of Labour's Brexit position. Supporting a second referendum alienated millions of people.